Hello, I am Steven, the calculator guy, and today we're going to talk about scanners and also about wallet trackers. Now, if you already know about scanners, that's fantastic. You can probably skip this video or skip ahead to the trackers if you don't know about those. If you know about both of them, then by all means, well done. You're an advanced DeFi user. But I get a lot of questions from people saying, I bridged my funds over and now they're gone. Or I sent money from KuCoin or Coinbase to my chain and now it's gone. I'm sure I lost all my money, and I'm not saying it's your fault, Stephen, but it's totally your fault. What are you going to do about it? And so the first thing I'll do is ask them for their address, and then I will give it a scan, or I'll put it into one of these trackers. And I want you guys to be able to do that on your own, to sort of feel empowered in these sort of scary situations or scary scenarios. So let's go over these scanners first. So the first, most famous one is Etherscan, and Etherscan is like the OG. You can do a lot with Etherscan. You can look up coins, addresses, blocks, all sorts of fun things. Usually, people will look up their own address or other addresses or transactions. So let's just look at, Strong, which is one of the coins I used to follow, and still do follow, very closely. And sort of where I got my scanning legs, one might say. Okay, so these are transfers and transactions. So let's just look at this. This is a claim all, right? So this means someone is claiming something. So from a Strongbox service to, so this is their address. We're going to go ahead and look at their address and see what's going on, right? So this is a person's individual address, and it appears that they have 10 strong, good for them, a value of quite a bit. And you can see sort of what they've been doing. We're requesting access, claiming. Let's just look at their address page. Okay, you can see their sort of token value, which is interesting. You can see all the things they've been doing. Looks like they're with SHIB as well. SHIB. They got some transactions on Uniswap, a bunch of failed ones. Oh gosh, are these failed Ethereum transactions? That poor person. So what you should notice at this point is that you can look at a transaction history or transaction log, or maybe you can call this a transaction ledger, for any particular address on any particular chain, right? You have Snowtrace on Avalanche, Ava Scanner. You also have Phantom Scan. You have Arbitrum RB Scan. You have Solana Scan. You have Explore.harmony.1, Terrafinder, etc., etc. But some things to be careful with are when you're trying to get contract addresses from the scan, because many fake or duplicate or scam addresses are here because these scans are so robust, they scan all of these other fake addresses. So if I just type in memo into the Snowtrace, look what I get. Memories, memo, memories, memo, memories, memo, memories, memo. And if I click on these, you'll notice they all have different contract addresses, right? Yeah, two holders. That's probably not the contract address for memo, which is the receipt token for time, is it? So one potential giveaway is that we have the actual icon here. If you look at it, we have 137,000 holders. This is probably the real one, right? Okay, so look, we have stakes and redeemed. More likely to get some interesting data from an address like this, and I only say that because it's already cross-chain. They're probably doing some things, so I'm going to actually take this address, copy it, and I'm going to bring it over into Zapper. The reason I'm going to do that is because when people ask me if their coins have disappeared, if they messed up and they lost all their money, one of the first things I'm going to do is throw their address into Zapify. So if we just go back and you paste this address here and check on it, sometimes it takes a while. Oh wow, that was fast. So sometimes it takes a while to load, sometimes it doesn't. This person is clearly cross-chain, so good for them. Pretty cool, right? They got money. This looks like a few wallets I've looked at before. So here's what's going on. You can see what they have in their wallet, right? So that's sort of their super liquid assets that they have just hanging out in their wallet, not necessarily making them any money, just sort of chilling in their MetaMask wallet. Then you can see what they have is claimable, which is really cool. That's sort of like the rewards that they have available for them to claim. The fact that Zapify can track that amazes me. And then you can see what they have in vaults. Now, vaults is another way of thinking of protocols. So this is how much money this individual has in protocols right now, or the vaults of particular protocols. And you can look at which protocols this individual is invested in. You can also see which chains this individual is most heavily invested in. Avalanche for sure. And why is that? Well, because the majority of their money is in Wonderland Time. Cool. Very cool. And if you wanted to sort of check on any of these, okay, so they're in Spartacus. That's where all their Phantom money is right now. And I imagine, yeah, so let's look at their Spartacus wallet. You can see how much S-SPA they have, right, which is how much staked Spartacus they have in the vault. You can also see how much they have as claimable. So this is a really, really cool tool. So if someone says, hey, I lost all my money, what do I do? The first thing I'll do is get their address from them. Say like, well, where did you bridge? What did you bridge from? Where did you send the money? And then I'll see if it's actually there. But maybe something that happens a lot, they didn't put the right contract address when they added the token, or they put the contract address from the wrong chain when they added the token. That is super common. And I'll see if the money's actually there. 9 times out of 10, the money is there. So Zapify, can't recommend this tool enough. It is phenomenal. And if you're in the comments saying, hey, you know what, Steven? There's actually a better tool, and it's called, then you know what? Thank you. Thank you for sharing a better tool. That's amazing. And I'll probably use it in the future. So always looking for recommendations. Another tool that I use is Xerion. Now, Xerion doesn't necessarily track protocols as robustly as Zapper, but if you ever used like my ohm tracking calculator or my strong block tax estimator, you know why I like Xerion. Xerion has really good data that you can export to a CSV file, and then if you're good with calculators, or if you're good with Excel or Google Sheets, you can parse that data and do a lot of fun things with it. So let's just type in this address, and we should get semi-similar data, though I don't know if Xerion is as good at tracking multiple chains. In fact, I know they're not. Yeah, you can see their portfolio is substantially less than what Zapper is recognizing. So, but you can see, you know, what they've done. What you can see the individual assets, which is pretty cool. And if you wanted to get the CSV files, you would go over to history. You can see all of the transactions one by one. I believe they also do tax stuff. So if you wanted to, calculate your taxes, you could do that here and download their CSV file. And then you can do your own sort of tax fun things with that file. So Xerion is good for the Ethereum chain. I do believe they also work on other chains. Yeah, okay, so it appears they only work on Ethereum and Polygon. So Zapper is going to be a much better cross-platform. But this is another tool that I definitely have used in the past, and I certainly use for my own Ethereum sort of tax calculations and strong block calculations. And so there we go. So hopefully now you guys feel empowered to use scans. The things I use scans for are looking for transactions. So if someone's like, this transaction is the one that lost all my money, the first thing I'll do is I'll take that transaction and I'll paste it into one of these scans, any one of these scans, and it'll tell me all about that transaction. So there was actually a transaction that I had earlier. So let me just go into Phantom scan. Let me copy my own address, go into Phantom, because I was looking at Hector DAO, right, which is a pretty cool protocol. I am invested, right, so I'm not here to trick anybody. You can see these are all these 0.3s are me being a faucet, and you know, because people need gas. Any swap is still, you know, slacking. Okay, so I'm looking for the deposit. Here we go. Alright, let's check this out. So I bonded, is this right? Yeah. I bonded with Hector Dow because someone came to me and said, like, hey Steven, I bonded for X amount, and I noticed that the amount that I eventually claimed altogether was less than that, was like 15% less. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to bond right now, and I'm going to go to Ftmscan, I'm going to look at that transaction and see if I can duplicate the issue. So what I did is I bonded, I used USDC coin, and what I noticed is something that I've already talked about on Twitter, is that when you bond for a price, so I bonded for 5.5 HEC, and you'll notice that it minted 6.1 HEC, and that's because Hector mints an additional 10%, and that 10% goes to the DAO treasury. And so then you'll see that it takes that 10% from the mint, which is 10% more than I bonded for, and it sends it to the treasury. So anyways, I ended up talking to this person and saying, well, the number that you saw, somehow, I don't know how you saw it, was this number. This is not what's advertised on the UX of HEC. HEC will tell me I'm going to get 5.5, which is what I'm going to get. That's true. But somehow they confused this number. I don't know how they saw it, and they didn't notice this number. So anyways, you could not have known that, really, without one of these scanners. So following transactions, it's a one way that you can do so much with following transactions. It's a whole rabbit hole itself, like following whales, following big accounts, looking up interesting addresses. If you know of a really powerful, strong, smart investor, I am not one of those. I'm a little investor, and most of my money is not even on this wallet. But if you find someone who you want to follow and you get their contract address, you can follow them with Zapify, and you can follow them in their transactions and sort of see what kind of trades they're doing. It's a whole rabbit hole, right? It's a whole day's research if you want to go that route, maybe multiple days. But really cool tools. So hopefully you guys feel empowered to track your transactions, which is really the whole purpose of this video. I want you to be able to track your transactions. I want you to be able to look at all of your assets in a wallet and feel good about that, right? Avalanche, this person has some Snowdog, some time, and the vaults, we can see their wrap memo, we can see their Snowdog. This is such a cool tool, such a cool tool. And I wanted you guys to be empowered to use it. I think most of you are, but some of you are still learning DeFi. Hey, we're all still learning. I'm still learning DeFi every day. So anyways, if you guys want more tools, more everything, more of my own ideas, my opinions, sort of like I don't want to say alpha, but like the things that come to me and I want to share, please go ahead and follow me on my Patreon. I do post there. I try to make it worthwhile. I do my best. Whether or not I do is totally up to you. And if you want to check it out and then unsubscribe and never pay a dime, you can do that. That's totally fine. You know, if it's not for you, don't pay me. I don't want you to pay me for something that you don't think is worth it. I would feel remiss if you did. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I know tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so I am incredibly both thankful and indebted to all of you. If you have questions, please don't leave them in the YouTube comments. I will not get to them. But you can message me on Twitter or on Discord, and I will get to you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not this week, but I will get to you. So, thank you. Again, have a wonderful rest of your day.